It was nice to start off the series by saying, hey, I can kill you now. Hey, I've played you before. I've played you multiple times. You know, like, hey, I'm gonna proxy gateway, like in the deciding map, and hey,
only attack upgrades.
Only attack upgrades. Hey, I'm gonna get scouted. Luckily, the rally point's over there, so we'll start to see that. Hey, where are those big busty units that I've been making? One of the things that Happy has to worry about at this point in time is, hey, this guy's gonna have +3 when I'm at 1-1, which is like, hey, you know, there's 2 gateways on the map. There's a Twilight Council on the map. Hey, you can't really DT harass him, which means, hey, that is not a guy that goes to Storm. He managed to scare his opponent into thinking, hey, are you going to Twilight Council all in me with everything that you've got here? Just to make sure, like, hey, you haven't got money, have you? So he's the guy that knows, hey, my opponent's actually opened up a Reaper. Upon seeing those DTs, you have to realize, hey, Bunny has to realize, hey, this isn't an army that I can really win against. He's the guy that has to kind of say to himself, hey, I don't know what my opponent's doing yet, but I did just get to see him against MMA. And Bunny scans and realizes, hey, I don't really want to attack you there. You've got quite a bit. One of his real key advantages there was, hey, I can move. He kind of realized, hey, we're both doing the same build. You're not going for Hellions. And just saying, like, hey, you've bought yourself time, but where's that eventually going to get you? It's not a self you want to be anymore because, hey, like, you start thinking, hey, this guy could do the exact same thing as me. The Bunny gets to see straight away, hey, you're going for a gas first build, which means you're going to be aggressive at some point in the game. You can't put your CC on the low ground. You have to put it on the high ground because, hey, that Reaper, you're dealing with 2 Marines, can kind of skirt around them while you put up your reactor. And we talked about, hey, what's going right for them, what's going wrong for them. Gets to see exactly what his opponent's doing, which is, hey, you're doing the same build as me. Purely because, hey, he scouted early on with that SUV. He got to see, hey, he's doing the same build as me. So Happy, with that scouting, got to see that early Reaper, but then it's like, hey, are you going to reactor after this? What are you doing after this? Actually, so he realizes, hey, this squad that I have on the map, I can't deal the damage that I've been doing, but Bunny on the other side, hey, this Reaper, he's a hero. Like Happy, he's played Bunny enough to know, hey, this guy who's looking to say, hey, I'm going to slaughter your bio army. Hey, I'm getting a 13 gas kind of thing, but I don't actually know what he's going to do with this. You have to kind of worry about, like, hey, what's going on behind this? Got to realize, hey, you've not got that much back at home. Bunny decided to keep around those 2 Banshees and just say, hey, I'm going to get air control. He just noticed, like, hey, your Hellions and your Vikings have backed off. This gives me time to move into a position where, hey, I can actually deal damage to you with my ground army. He says, hey, a fusion core. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, hey, I'm going to defend for a long time. Do what you want. I'm going to do what I want. The next day, and it's like, hey, what you been up to? Trying to find out, hey, what's my opponent doing to me? Because he's proxying something, but where is it? You can just say, hey, this is likely to happen. This is likely to unhappen. Yada, yada, yada. In this situation, we can't say, like, hey, this is going to happen. In which, hey, he went for some ballsy play on Sejong and as if to say, like, hey, I've got an observer coming out soon. Back off. Today I learned, and today I decided, hey, that's why I don't go Cloak Banshees against Protoss. So he's scanned, he sees that, hey, you're going Forge upgrade. Then Terran just says, hey, I've got this army, I'm going to come kill you. I feel that this isn't a matter of like, hey, what do you do? I think it's a matter of, hey, what do you think of yourself? I feel he really needs to collect himself and be like, hey, I deserve to be here. Hey, you need to get out enough Marauders. And this is very indicative of, hey, I'm going to be going that single immortal. He knows that, hey, if I just keep on piling on pressure, my opponent's eventually going to crack. He likes to go, hey, I'm going to get +2 way before you do. I'm going to take advantage of Chrono Boost. You know, Happy. I mean, these are players that, hey, do you think Kung Fu Panda has a chance against a lot of these players? When people ask, like, hey, it's StarCraft 2, it's about being, like, just the fastest, no? Or against a player that you believe, hey, you know, I do pretty well against this guy usually. So now he knows exactly what he's against, and he realizes, hey, with this kind of build that you're doing, he realizes, hey, and he scouted the whole base for that second Oracle, by the way. He saw the engineering bay over the factory, which means, hey, you're not going to have medevacs for at least until 10 minutes here. You know, when you've got a good 8 or 9 sentries on the field, hey, what a trade there. Know that, hey, he's going mech. It's like saying to yourself, hey, this is the most important unit in my army. We're just going to say, hey, we're not going to give it. You know, like, I wouldn't say a lot of things to Slivko's face apart from, like, hey, you're a cool guy.
You've got
like you.
You've got a great workout routine, buddy.
Yeah, like, hey, man, great shoulders.
Oh.
And he sees another guy with carbs that he quite admires, and he asks him, like, hey, did you get implants? Something really needs to change very soon, because this isn't a matter of, hey, if these guys go head-to-head, like, who's going to win? It's one of those overwhelming, hey, I just killed you. And he is kind of prepared for, hey, this guy, he's done weird things in Terrans before. This indicates that, hey, he's going to be going for a pretty early Nexus with a 1 gate, 1 gas expand. You have to kind of assume, hey, this guy, so we got to see, hey, you took that third then? Ha, I've had my third up for a very long time. Bunny knows, hey, this guy's been playing exceptionally aggressive. Hey, we should have units just appear Bunny doesn't take any damage there,
Hey,
takes 3 SUV kills, but hey, big deal. To kind of just say to himself, hey, well, it's a new day. It looks like Bunny's just said to himself, hey, I'm going to play totally standard here. Often an indicator that, hey, this guy isn't going to all in me with Blink Stalkers. Bunny, yeah, he just seems to be saying to himself, hey, this guy, like, he's going to all in me, right? I'm going to cancel this third. Said, hey, I'm going to run to your third, you're going to chase me, right? He will get to see that, hey, you're going for something cheeky, aren't you? That is very indicative of, hey, you spent 150 gas somewhere, haven't you? Like, even if you get to count up the gases and you get to see, hey, he could easily afford a Mothership Core and a Stalker and a Twilight Council. Got to see that, hey, you've got a few barracks down here. This isn't factory play. So MMA, upon seeing that, he's probably going to realize that, hey, you're not against a Stargate. Upon realizing, like, hey, I've been scouted here, I can't do my all-in, and you get to see that, hey, he's going for a Stalker and not a Mothership Core, given that, hey, he did lose the first game, even if you watch his games, all it tells you is, hey, this guy's capable of anything. Hey, MMA's probably going to be doing some drop stuff. And yeah, a big scan goes down here, so he sees that, hey, there's no Colossi in that mix, because, hey, that mech player